Welcome back to a very special episode of Two Idiots in a Valley. Today, on this episode, we're not heading to the valley. We're heading east, going to California. We're going to do a little 4-day road trip, California and back. Sometimes my job affords me the opportunity to do some really cool things, like drive 3,000 miles round trip and stop at some cool places. We're going to be delivering some cabinets to San Pedro, California. I'm picking them up in Austin, Texas. That's where I'm headed to right now. And I'm going to take you along for the ride. Here's the plan. Today is August 15th, 2024. The trip should be over by Sunday. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4-day road trip, round trip. The first 2 nights, I've planned on sleeping at some dark sky areas. The first night is going to be in a rest stop. I'm just going to sleep in the truck. It's a Bortle 3 just outside of Albuquerque. The Bortle scale is how much light pollution there is, how many stars you can see in the night sky. So Bortle 3 is really good. A big city is usually like a Bortle 7, 8, 9. LA is ridiculous. It's like a Bortle 8 and 9 where we're headed. The next night though, so that's tonight, Thursday night. Friday night, I'm sleeping in the Mojave National Preserve. Now, I'm super excited about that. That's a class 2 Bortle. The sky should be incredible. It didn't bring anything short of my cell phone to take pictures. I did bring my telescope though. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting that out. Sleeping in the middle of the desert. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. Temperature wise, it's middle of August in Texas. Right now it's 94, but it's also 11 a.m. Should get into the hundreds today. Albuquerque shouldn't be bad. Tonight I should be sleeping in the high 60s. I've got a little fan with me that I'll turn the truck off and set that going. And then Friday night, that's going to be warm. That's going to be, I think the lows Friday night are in the high 80s or mid 80s. So I'll probably have to sleep with the truck on for air conditioning. I'm a little concerned that my truck has like ambient lights around it, and I got to figure out in the settings if I can actually turn that off, because I'd love for it to just be super dark. I also don't want to deal with anybody out there. Super hot, middle of the summer. I doubt I'm going to be seeing a lot of people, but I don't want like a park ranger or something to come up and give me any trouble. You're supposed to be able to sleep on the Bureau of Land Management land, I think. From what little research I've done on the internet, you're supposed to be able to sleep in the BLM, Bureau of Land Management land. It's a national preserve though, which means it's run by the national parks. So we'll see. I'm super excited about that though. After that, heading into LA, I'm going to do the delivery. On the way, Friday, to the Mojave National Preserve, we're going to stop by Meteor Crater off Highway 40 in Arizona. That's always fun. I love space and nerdy stuff. If Kirk was here, he'd be making fun of me. He's going to join us later in the episode. We're going to try to do a little conference call, maybe some split screen action, and get a couple conversations in, see what we can come up with. For now, though, Kirk is being played by the part of my wonderful igloo cooler, which is full of Gatorades and water. That's it for now. We're on our way to Austin. We got a lot of driving, so 4 days on the road. See you soon. All right, we just arrived in Austin. We're at the warehouse where we're going to pick up the cabinets. We're going to get loaded up and then start heading west. New Mexico tonight, just outside Albuquerque is the plan. We'll see what happens. We're about 3 hours in right now. It's about 12:30. It's 95 degrees in Austin, Texas. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna see what happens. I'm excited. I'm excited about this trip. I know I'm not being very emotive, but driving for 3 hours at a time, it's actually not that bad. 21 hours total driving one way, 42 hours two ways. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go get the cabinets, and then we'll get loaded up and keep on going. See you soon. We're loaded up and we are headed out. New Mexico is next. That is my drone's battery saying you launched and you shouldn't have. All right, we are headed to New Mexico. Cabinets are loaded up. Not crazy about the way that they loaded them. I will double check it here in a little bit. I've only got one strap on it, and I'm usually like super over strapper guy. So we will see. Let's see if that'll stay there. Probably not. Quick update. We're about an hour and 10 minutes outside of Lubbock, just south of there, Lubbock, Texas. We just had to do some dodging and weaving of some pop-up thunderstorms out here in West Texas. Ah! You fell down? I'll hold you. Okay, about like that. So, yeah, I don't know if you can see that in the background, but there's some thunderstorms popping up. It was about 105 degrees when I noticed them on the horizon, and I guess the heat just broke the cap out here, if there is one. And I didn't want to I have a tarp, right? I didn't want to stop and have to tarp everything because it's such a pain in the butt. This is the only part of the drive that I'm anticipating any rain or thunderstorms. There was some a couple days ago in New Mexico where I'm going, right outside of Albuquerque, but the weather says there's not supposed to be any once I get past Amarillo. We'll see. I just didn't want to get that tarp out. It's such a pain in the butt. Looks like we're done almost 500 miles. We're getting close to 19 miles per gallon, and I've been driving for 9 hours and almost 20 minutes. That's it for now. We're just going to keep on trucking. I got 5 hours. I'm going to stop at Walmart because I forgot my pillow. And I'm going to get some sandwich meat and stuff like that. Maybe some chips, snacks, just to keep me going. But yeah, once we get to Lubbock, we should be about 4 hours from the place that we're sleeping in New Mexico tonight. So I'll check in probably when I get done at Walmart in Lubbock and then keep on going. We're starting to get into some interesting landscapes here. I'll turn you around. There's a plateau over here that's interesting. Nothing like New Mexico or or some of the places that we're going, but at least it's not just flat ground anymore. Yeah, there's some over there as well. Nothing too spectacular, but I hope we're going to get on Interstate 40, and in New Mexico, the scenery gets a lot prettier. So hopefully we'll see that tomorrow, but we'll catch up soon. Well, we did a little Walmart shopping. It was about $70. We got some salads, some lunch meat, some bread, chips, cookies. Hopefully this will get me through for 4 days. All right, the day's finally over. That was a long, long day. I'm in New Mexico, just outside of Klein's Corners at a rest stop. It's actually kind of nice. There's a thunderstorm that I'm gonna have to check the radar in again. I'm seeing lightning over here to the west, which is crazy lightning. I haven't been able to capture any of it yet, but it's a big thunderstorm. That was a long drive, so hopefully that thunderstorm doesn't come. I'm gonna sleep hopefully until the sun comes up, and then we'll keep on going. The Mojave National Preserve. Here are the stats for the trip so far. 838 miles, 19.5 miles per gallon, and 15 hours total drive time. Good night. I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning. It's the morning of day 2. We're just outside Moriarty, New Mexico. We're headed to Meteor Crater, Arizona, and then we're going to head to the Mojave National Preserve. Back of the truck wasn't bad. A little bit tight. Can stretch all the way out, but wasn't bad at all. It ended up being about 65 degrees last night, and I had my little fan going in here without the truck on, so it was perfect. Tonight's going to be a little different. I think I'm going to have the truck on. I think it's supposed to be in the high 80s in the desert. But, oh, I'm going to get up. Oh, and let's get to it. All right, 40 west. My phone is plugged into, or my phone is recording this video, so it's not plugged into GPS, but I know I'm going 40 west. Yeah, 240 this way. All right. I'm fueled up, washed the windows, got some cool drone shots of the plateaus. I'm headed to Meteor Crater, Arizona. I should be roughly 3 hours away. Having fun. Today's a good day. It's chill. It's 91 degrees. Man, when I woke up this morning, it was 75. It was perfect. Truck was just starting to get a little bit warm. Got up. I got up a little later than I wanted to. I wanted to get up when the sun came up. And, I didn't get up when the sun came up. It would have given me more time, because now I think I'm going to get into the Mojave National Preserve at dark. Which, I don't know. I've never been there before, so I guess it's not a great idea. But it's still going to be fun to explore the desert all by myself in the middle of the night. Like, come on, doesn't that sound awesome? Just drive into the desert, oh, with the dark skies and everything. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Gosh, it's pretty out here, especially when you're used to the Midwest, where it's just nothing but plains, and then you come out here and you see the plateaus and the mountains and all the rock formations. I mean, this is New Mexico. New Mexico's got its own unique geology. Arizona does too. Utah, gorgeous up there. I'm looking forward to getting into the preserve. There's apparently some, what they call the granite mountains, which I know that doesn't seem super exciting, but something different, you know? That's what this trip's about. Breaking up the routine, the monotony of life. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to come to California. I could have shipped these cabinets, you know, freight with a less than a truckload type thing. A couple pallets. Probably would have cost the same. $900, $1,000. It's okay. I'm doing it for the adventure. Not a lot of people would just set out by themselves, you know, and do something like this. And I think you should. I think traveling, gosh, is one of the most underrated things. Everybody goes on vacations. And they go and they plan these trips and they save this money. Like, you know, cruises. Cruises are great, but they're so, you know, touristy. Who does road trips anymore? I love road trips. Anyway, you plan these vacations where you're going to Disney World, or maybe you're going to go camping, which would be super cool. But you know how we love camping. Nobody just gets in the car and goes. Like, how many people get the opportunity working on a corporate job or sitting at a desk? Oh, I need you to drive to California for 4 days. 4 days and back, right? Round trip it. Oh, by the way, you can take as much time as you want and go see and do anything you want on the way. Really don't have a deadline to be there. It's pretty cool. Drive into the Pacific Ocean. Get to stop anywhere I want along the way. I'm looking forward to this whole trip. I'm in the middle of it and I'm loving it. I'm gonna get home on Sunday and wish I was still back on the road. I think that's how this is gonna work. We'll see. We will see. I meant to tell you a story. You know, Kirk and I, the other half of this channel, back in 2016, I think, or 27, I think it was 2016, we went and bought a truck and we bought a trailer and we started a transportation company and we just drove across the country. I've been to 49 states doing that with him. It was so much fun. We would book loads on UShip. Remember that old show, Shipping Wars? That's a real website. You can actually do that. You can book things to transport for people across the country. Our very first one was our very first load was a chandelier, and it was going from Dallas, Texas to Butte, Montana. And we didn't have a clue what we were doing. I mean, yeah, we had both driven trucks and trailers a little bit, but didn't have a lot of experience in it. So we load up the chandelier on the back of the trailer, and it's crated in this open, like, homemade crate thing that's hanging, and the guy had saran wrapped it. And looking back on it, we should never have taken that load. And keep in mind, Butte, Montana to Dallas is something like 2,000 miles. It's a long way, and it's this old chandelier. Like, I may still have a piece of it somewhere. The reason I have a piece of it is because sitting on the back of an open trailer going 2,000 miles and 70 miles an hour, what do you think happened? Yeah, it got beat to hell. The saran wrap was gone within the first 100 miles. All of the little dangly things had shaken and either broken or come off. By the time we stopped for gas the first time, not even thinking about it, we went back to check on it and half the thing was missing. We called the person who we were shipping it to. We told them, hey, here's what's happened. And they were like, oh, that really sucks. And we ended up giving them a discount, but they still paid us because they were super nice people. But yeah, that was our very first load. And I ended up getting off the road. We ended up getting off the road, stopping doing that just because of how much time it took away from our families. We were gone for months at a time. You'd book a load and you'd be in, I don't know, Seattle. And all of a sudden you got this great load with this great money and you'd have to drive all the way across the country to somewhere like Boston. You're on 3,500 miles. But that takes almost a week to drive. You're gone from your family that whole time. And then you're in Boston, and then you got to find a way to get back or book another great load. So it was a lot of fun. I loved doing it. And some of the scenery, some of the places I've seen. I mean, How many people have been to 49 states and driven through it and seen the landscape and it's an amazing experience. I know not everybody can have that opportunity, but if you ever get the opportunity to book a cross-country road trip, I mean thousands of miles, man, do it. Don't ever let that opportunity go to waste. There's too much to see. YouTube doesn't do it. TV doesn't do it. You got to see it in person. Screens don't capture the magic of some of the surroundings and some of the scenery. You know, I'm going to Meteor Crater and Kurt keeps making fun of me. He's like, dude, it's a hole in the ground. Why are you going to go see a hole in the ground? I'm like, it's not just a hole in the ground. You got to understand the history of this thing. Like a meteor, something from space, fell down and landed in the desert in Arizona however many years ago. I think it's 50,000, 500,000. I don't know how many years ago. But it's the most well-preserved impact site in America. It might be the whole world. It's neat. There's history there. There's science there. Remember I told you I love the nerdy stuff? My daughter does too. She goes nuts for space, just like me. I love that about her. My son is great. He's into technology and math. Those two are gonna do some amazing things. I'm very, very proud of both of them. You got any stories you want to tell me? If you got any cool stories, put it in the comments. I know this isn't going to be a typical episode, and if you've made it this far into the episode, thanks. Keep watching, there's more to come. But Two Idiots in a Valley is fun. We can kind of do whatever we want with it. Right now we're driving across the country. I think I got about 3 more hours to Meteor Crater. We'll keep on going. 958.8 miles. So not a lot from the last time we looked. 19.8 miles per gallon. And I've been on the road for 17 hours and 25 minutes. Or at least that's how long the truck's been on. Anyway, we'll check back soon. So we just got into Arizona and I just saw a sign for another stop that I may want to do. I'm gonna have to start doing the math to see if I can stop at these places. Well, I guess I can. There's no reason why I can't stop because I'm going to the desert. I'm already getting there at night. It's open 24 hours a day. There's no reason why I couldn't stop everywhere I wanted to, even if I got to the desert at 2 in the morning, right? Right? Yeah, I gotta be in San Pedro, California. It's like right on the beach in LA between 12 and 2 is what I told the guy tomorrow. I really don't have a timeline. He's super cool. I could show up Saturday night, but then I'd be driving all day Sunday and wouldn't be able to stop at all to get home. I don't know. Anyway, I saw another stop, the Petrified National Forest. I don't think I've ever been there. It's 45 minutes away. I think I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? We're on a road trip. Alright, I think I'm going to do the Petrified National Forest on the way back on Sunday. Maybe Saturday. Probably Sunday. Gosh, I don't know. Is it going to be Saturday or Sunday? I have not planned the trip back very well. And leaving Saturday, let's say I get unloaded and I'm leaving LA by 1 o'clock. That does not give me a lot of time to get back. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the Petrified National Forest on the way back. It's a national park, so they don't allow drones. I don't even think you're allowed to tape for YouTube in a national park. I've heard of people getting in trouble for that. I may have to look that up. Anyway, we're going to keep on going. The scenery kind of died down when you crossed the New Mexico-Arizona state line. The New Mexico was gorgeous from start to finish. Arizona is getting kind of flat. I know it's got the Grand Canyon, but that's a hole in the ground. New Mexico is like mountains above the ground. And it's been 6 years since I've made this drive. It would have been 2016, it's 2024 now. Oh my God, 8 years. 8 years? Yeah. Yeah. 8 years. Wow. COVID happened. We've gone through 2 presidents. Holy crap. I'm excited to see what else has changed. Coming up on the Arizona way station here. Man, when I was driving commercially, I hated going through the way stations. You wouldn't believe all the stuff you have to have. Insurance and the NAFTA laws. Is it NAFTA? Not NAFTA. And I don't know. It's been almost a decade since I've done this, but there was, DOT physicals. If you were driving over a certain weight limit, 26,500 pounds, I think, and we were pulling an F-350 and a 20-foot trailer. We did the math where we were right under that weight limit, where you didn't have to have a CDL, you didn't have to go through the DOT physicals, but you still had to have a crazy amount of insurance. I think our trucking insurance was $2,000 a month back then. I can't imagine what it is now. And that was because we were an independent operator and we wanted to take all sorts of different cargo, cars and things like that. There are certain things that we, 1, couldn't qualify for, but 2, couldn't afford the insurance on. Things like taking big rolls, like coils of things. Have you ever seen one of those go down the road? They have to have special insurance for that because they're so hard to maneuver, to strap down. It's a crazy world. Like I said, I'm glad I'm off the road and I'm with my family and I'm home to spend time with them and everything and focus on, my other business. But man, I love driving across the country. Yesterday I was feeling a little bit homesick. Just kind of the first couple of hours jitters, after I slept good last night at that rest stop, now driving, seeing the countryside and seeing how pretty it was. Oh, I forgot how beautiful New Mexico was. It's coming back to me. I really, really enjoy being out here, being on the road. There's another sign for the Meteor crater. I didn't film it. Sorry. Oh, there's a sign for the Petrified Forest. Sorry, didn't film that one either. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up and see if you can film for YouTube inside a national park. I watch a channel, Kara and Nate, and and they do a bunch of travel adventures. I think they got in trouble one time for filming in a national park. I don't know. It'd be cool to get to know some of these other YouTubers. We gotta get our channel off the ground first. So, you know how that goes. Like, subscribe. You've heard it for 20 years from whoever you've been watching. We wouldn't mind. We're trying to get the channel off the ground. Trips like this are always fun. Be an interesting way to do it. All right. I'll see you on the next stop. All right, we'll check in later. I had to make a small detour because I saw a cool rock formation. It's called Red Rock Park, right outside of Gallup, New Mexico. And there was a cool, I don't know, propane refinery? Bottling place? I don't know, it had these cool ball things. You'll see it in the footage. And then the Red Rock Park just had some cool rock formations. I wanted to get some drone shots of. So back on the road, headed to Meteor Crater. All right, we made it to Meteor Crater. I'm excited. They've got a museum in there. I think they've got a show, and then obviously the crater itself is going to be cool. I don't think they let drones in here, but I'm going to ask. Also, I'm not super comfortable filming by myself in public because I'd get a lot of weird looks. So I may do some stealth YouTubing. Probably not going to have the mic and all that, so may get a couple shots, whatever. I don't even know if y'all care. We'll find out. I'm gonna go inside. All right, that was fun. Unfortunately, they did say no drones, and I'm really tempted just to send it up. It's not like it's a national park site. That's privately owned property, but I don't feel like getting in trouble. Plus, I need to make it to where I'm stopping tonight. My next stop is about 5 hours away, maybe 5.5, because I'll probably have a gas stop, but I'm looking forward to it. Tonight's the dark sky night, the Mojave National Preserve. Portal 2, super dark skies. I got the telescope for tonight. I'm excited. Oh, I may have to start dodging thunderstorms again. That one's starting to form, and then I don't know if you can tell in the camera or not, but it is currently raining over there off in the distance, but that's not the direction I'm going. I'm going that way. So those are the only two that I really got to worry about. I got a notification too while I was in there that I booked a U-ship thing. I did it just I quoted on some stuff just to see if I could make up some of the gas money to come out here. I'm taking 2 bar stools from Los Angeles to Dallas. So yeah, it should make about $200, pay for some of the gas, not a lot of it, but anything helps, right? Cool. Just a quick update. 1,185 miles, 19.3 miles per gallon, and 21 and a half hours in the truck. Well, I'm at a proverbial fork in the road. Very contemplative moment here. I'm yet again dodging thunderstorms. There's one behind me, which isn't an issue, but there's one that's growing in front of me. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I'm probably 30 miles from this thing, and it's gonna cross Highway 40, what looks like right as I do. So the question is, do I keep driving and go faster? The speed limit just went down to 65 in Flagstaff, so it's not like I'm going to speed too much, but maybe I'll increase my speed a little bit here. We're going to do 68, okay? Hopefully it goes up to 75 again so that I can try to do at least 80, and I think that's the choice I'm going to make. I'm going to try to outrun it and cross my fingers that I don't just run straight into it. The other choice is just to sit and wait in Flagstaff, but I really want to get to where I'm going. That's some stuff I want to do tonight. I want to get the telescope out. Can't get the drone out because it's a national park. I'll let you know what happens. Fingers crossed here. I think we're gonna outrun this. Can you see the storm building behind me? Is that gonna focus? It's just starting to sprinkle. Oh no! I think I'm gonna be okay though. The skies are pretty clear. It's not like, I mean, I'm doing 77 miles an hour here. It's not like the boxes are gonna get wet. I really thought I was gonna miss it though. And jeez, pay attention. The sun is shining though. All I'm dealing with is that cloud right above me. Almost made it. Yeah, this part of Arizona is pretty. I wonder how much land is here. Maybe 2 idiots need a second valley. It's hard to believe that a couple hours east of here was the desert and meteor crater, and 3 hours, west of here is gonna be where I'm staying, the desert. Like, that's tough to believe. I wonder what makes this area this green and luscious. Is it the elevation? Is it the latitude? The longitude? Flagstaff's pretty though. I guess I'm not at Flagstaff now, but this part of Arizona is pretty. I just discovered a potentially huge problem that I don't have a fix for. So let me walk you through it. See the sun on my face right now? The sun is hitting my eyeballs, right? As it does when you drive west and the sun gets low. Okay. What do we normally do when in that circumstance? I'll show you what we normally do. Normally, close this thing and put it up here. Problem is, it's it's broken. And this is my view driving with it like that. Not acceptable. That's terrible. Oh, look at it. It's like disintegrated up here. I've got to figure something out. I can't drive. God, it's 6:12. The sun's going to go down at 9 o'clock. I can't. I wonder if it'll go back in. Oh, that'd be even worse. Oh, did I do something? No. Okay. Yeah, I can't drive with the sun in my eyes for three hours. That's gonna be super annoying. I don't know what to do. I'm a creative guy, though. I'm gonna figure it out. As Mark Watney says, all you have to do is solve one problem at a time, and then you might get to go home. Let's figure this out. Okay, that doesn't work because I can't see. It's broken up here. Up here. Is it? I wonder. Nope. Problems. Okay. Can I drive like this for 3 hours? Yeah, I don't know. Did I tell you I hurt my back? Not sure this would be great for my back. I'm stuck behind a budget truck who's going 60 miles an hour in a 75, and I guess I'm okay with that because I'm still trying to figure this out. What if I take this off? Oh no. Ah! Oh crap. Okay. Now what? Houston, we have a problem. Go back in there? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Please tell me that will go back. All right. Okay, we reset to 0. All right, we tried something. It didn't work. We're going to try something else now, right? Right. Okay, I'll get back to you. This is currently my view, and it is quite annoying. Wait. Okay, so if I... This isn't gonna work. If I hold the camera in front of my face and block the sun, I can see through the camera to drive. It's not, I don't think this is a tenable situation because I'm holding the camera in front of my face, but it's a little bit of relief for right now. God, all I need is, it came down here and it flops, right? I just need something to hold it. In the famous and immortal words of Jeremy Clarkson, my genius knows no bounds. I have figured this out. Obviously, I haven't done it yet because I wanted to show you, especially if it fails. That's why this channel is called Two Idiots in a Valley. Right now, it's one idiot staring into the sun, but we'll get past that. All right, here we go. This here, right? That's what we want. Okay. Ah! I didn't do that on purpose, but I'm not going to touch it. That was not my plan. I have stumbled into fixing this, and I don't know how. If this falls or doesn't work, my plan was to take this off and put it up here and use that clip to hold it up. Which, right? That's a genius plan. Thank you. I know. But for whatever reason, it's going to stay right there for now. So that's what I'm going to do for now. I don't know why it's not floppy. Oh, it's up there. Oh, it's kind of like, oh, that's not going to last. Can you see that? It's hooked on something up there. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to do that for now. And then when that falls down, we're going to put that over there and make that work. Yeah. If you don't know who Jeremy Clarkson is, we've talked about him before on the channel. He was on Top Gear. He was on the Grand Tour. He's the lead presenter for both shows. He was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the UK version. He's got a very distinct voice, and you should check those shows out. At the very least, the Grand Tour. Their specials are the best. They're hilarious. A lot of our inspiration for this channel came from Top Gear, the Grand Tour, Jeremy Clarkson, and their specials. They do road trips all the time. Not all the time, but they do road trip specials. They're great. Oh, those clouds are gonna save me. Yay. You know what's funny is with the clouds there, I don't think I need that there, and I kind of want to put it back up. But the second I do, I'm never get it to go back to that angle. First world problems, right? Yeah. Oh no, my sun visor won't stay where it's supposed to. It's the end of the world. No. I got a cooler full of drinks. I got food. I'm happy, healthy. The world is looking bright. Just because my sun visor won't stay exactly where I want it to is not the end of the world. Too many things have gone right on this trip for me to be complaining at all. I told you I booked a U-ship thing, right? Yeah. $200, couple bar stools. I talked to the guy in between the last couple segments, so it's about an hour from my drop-off in San Pedro, California. We're gonna pick up 2 bar stools. I gotta go to Harbor Freight and pick up 2 moving blankets so that I can wrap them. I have the tarp, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then, yeah, they're going to Dallas, Texas to some interior designer. Just puts a little bit of money back in the bank, helps pay for gas. Man, those clouds better not be there 3 hours from now. Oh, what if those clouds are there in the desert for my dark sky sight? Oh no. Please tell me it's not going to be cloudy. The weather said there was 0 chance of clouds. It was supposed to be bright at night. Like, oh no. That would be bad. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. See all those trucks? They're not moving. It just keeps going. I didn't even start recording when it started. It's been 5 minutes, so 6 or 7 miles here of backup. I saw there's not a wreck. There's a tiny little bit of construction, and there's one, well, each truck is going to go up it, but there's a hill or a mountain that they got to go up. It's been miles. Oh my gosh, that's going to take forever to unwind. Man, I hope there's nothing like that up here. Look, it's still going. Hands on the wheel. Alright, I'm not sure how well you can see me, but we're going to do a little quick update here. Obviously, the sun has gone down. The moon has come up. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe. Yeah, okay. We're a few minutes from the California-Arizona border, and the sun went down, and the temperature went up. It was 81 when I left. Gosh, I got gas. I don't know what city it was. Wasn't that long ago. It was less than an hour ago. And I'm about an hour and a half from the Mojave National Preserve. And here, I'll show you the stats. But look in the top right corner of the screen here, and look at the temperature. It's a little ridiculous for it being this dark outside. Yeah, 102 degrees. I've gone 1,411 miles, average 20.2 miles to the gallon, and I've been on the road for almost 25 hours. 102. There was a brief thought that I was going to sleep with the truck off tonight and just crack the windows or lower them. Oh my God, it went up. It's 103 now. 103. There was a brief thought that I was going to sleep with the windows down or cracked tonight. 104. It just went up again. Oh my God. And I'm second guessing my plan here. It's 104 at 8 o'clock at night, and the sun has gone down. Okay, I'm going to try to finish my sentence. Every time I do, the temperature goes up, so we'll see what happens. There was a brief thought that I was going to sleep with the windows down or cracked and that little fan on and just suffer through like 80s. I did not anticipate it being 104 degrees with the sun down. Whoa. I'm an hour and a half away. Let's see what the temperature does. I'll keep you updated. All right, we made it to the Mojave National Preserve. Behind me are just some hills, but there's no way you're gonna be able to see this especially with the truck light on. But I'm at the Boulder Outlook. That's supposed to be Granite Mountain. Let's see if we can get you out of the light here. It's windy out here, which is surprising. I did not expect that. But also, the moon is out, and it's basically ruining the dark sky. So I don't know what time the moon sets tonight. I think I looked it up. I think it's 12 o'clock. What I'll probably do is set an alarm for 1:30 or 2 in the morning. Get up. I'm going to leave the moon roof on or open. The temperature finally calmed down. It's 88 degrees out here. Gosh, I felt like I had to climb a couple thousand feet just to, maybe not a couple thousand. It was a lot. The whole way up through the preserve, the road was uphill. It never leveled out. So I think elevation definitely helps here. Hopefully, I think the moon will go down around midnight, and then I'll be able to get some good pictures and really be able to enjoy the dark sky sight. But with the moon out and the way it is right now, it's just ruining the sky. Not ruining the sky, it's just ruining the dark sky. Can't see a lot of stars. Some, but not as many as I wanted. Not for a class 2 Bortle. So, looking forward to waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to leave the truck running either. I don't want the light. I'm a little concerned. I've seen 2 cars pass here. This is the main road, so it's not like I'm very far off. I've seen 2 cars pass just in the 15-20 minutes that I've been here. So I was hoping to get a little bit further off the beaten path, and maybe I will, if a cop comes or something, but I don't think it's a problem. I think you're allowed to stay here. And for what I'm doing, like, I wanted stargaze. Well, I got out here early. I'm going to take a nap in the truck. It's not the end of the world. But all right, that's all I got for now. Just waiting for the moon to go down. Oh, nope. One more thing. Funny story. I think I mentioned earlier that I listen to a lot of audiobooks while I'm driving just to kill the time. They're all fiction books. I just finished a series about alien invasion. Like, just finished it 30 minutes before I got here. The series that I downloaded and picked directly after is a horror series about being in the mountains and about nanotechnology that comes to life and basically eats you alive, right? Okay. Most of the world's population has been decimated, and there's a group of survivors that are in the mountains because this nanotechnology is anaerobic and it won't survive, or it won't activate above 10,000 feet. Okay. All that to say is I chose essentially a horror story about being alone whilst sleeping in the desert in the mountains while being alone. Should be a fun night. I may put that on to go to sleep too. Or not. I may not do that. I don't know. All right. I'll check back in with you soon. Well, maybe not. God, is it sprinkling? There's no way, right? No, it's not sprinkling. God, it felt like those sprinkles. That'd be weird. All right, I'm gonna get in the truck and take a nap, and then see if I can get up, see the stars. Hopefully you're seeing some of the cool shots that I get. I really wanted to get a Milky Way shot this time. I think I can get up and the sun will set, or the moon will set, we're going to try to get a nice Milky Way shot. Well, I ended up moving the truck. I found one of the dirt roads that you can drive down that's off-road only. And I'm guessing what is a campsite, but man, that moon is bright. I've taken a couple pictures with the moon out. I'm right next to where I was, that boulder lookout place, and the granite peak. I took some long exposure shots with my phone, and that's how it came out. You can see the highway miles and miles and miles off in the distance. That's pretty cool. This is a really neat place. I may have to come back here and spend more time here. The fact that you can just drive off into the desert and sleep or look at the stars. I mean, we may have to camp here one day. Anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep. Good morning. That night was pretty cool. I ended up getting up around 4 o'clock in the morning. The moon had set, and the stars were just phenomenal. I was seeing satellites and shooting stars, and I got a picture of the Milky Way. There were some clouds, but I think it added to some of the photos. This desert's pretty cool. I did freak myself out a little bit. I heard some rustling in the brush grass and ended up calling it a little bit early. It was probably a lizard or something, but I was tired and didn't want to deal with it. That's the mountains we were talking about last night, and I'll give you a quick 360 tour here, and then I'm gonna hit the road because it's 8 o'clock and we're gonna get to LA. You know, some people don't like the desert landscape. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's a great change of pace and one of the great American landscapes. I may come back here one day and explore a little bit more. It's a pretty cool area. Whoops. All right, good morning again. We are on the road. We're about 20 minutes out of the Mojave National Preserve on Highway 40. Headed west. We're about 3 hours and 15 minutes from San Pedro, where we're going to drop off the cabinets. Be another about an hour, depending on traffic in LA. Depending on traffic, it'll be about another hour to where I'm picking up the bar stools. I don't know how much of the landscape you're getting, but this is high country desert out here. Sand and scrub brush and rocks and nothing else. And it goes on forever. I mean, there's just nothing out here. I'll tell you what though, I'm definitely in a valley. I'm living up to the channel's name right now. May not be an idiot this morning. I ended up taking a little sponge bath because I was getting a little ripe. Yeah, that's what you get for sleeping in the truck for 2 days when the weather's in the hundreds. You sweat and you get a little smelly. Brushed my teeth this morning. Really did some maintenance. Just had some, bring me back to human time. Most of y'all are like, you should be doing that every morning. And you know what? I'm on the road and done semi-vacation. Can't be bothered with that all the time. But I'm back to being hygienic. You may be wondering if I've changed shirts. This is just another shade of green. This is a different shirt. Yeah. I can prove it. You think I'm kidding? I can't prove it right now. It's my other shirt's back there. 1,538 miles, 19.2 miles per gallon, and I've been on the road for what's coming up on 27 hours. Yeah. I don't know if I told you this or not, but I did end up sleeping with the truck off last night and just the little fan blowing, and it was fine. I think the temperature ended up being low 80s, like 81, 82. I got outside the truck at some point, the wind was blowing, and it was actually cool. I could have put a jacket on if I wanted to, or a really light sweater, but I didn't need to. When I shot the stars, it was about the coolest it was going to get. But inside the truck wasn't bad at all. I slept comfortably after waking myself up at 4 in the morning to go look at stars like a nerd. Okay, we're looking for exit 49B. Don't let me miss it. I just dropped off the cabinets to customer Gary. He's super happy. Back of the truck's empty. I can see out of my back window again. Woohoo! I'm headed to Harbor Freight to buy a couple moving blankets and then pick up these bar stools that I booked off of U-Ship. And then I don't really have a plan after that, short of head east. I've been in LA now for a couple hours, and I don't miss it. Good grief. The traffic, it's Saturday, okay? The traffic is insane. It's 1:11 p.m. I'm doing 15 miles an hour on the 405. I'm sure everybody who lives in LA that's watching this, if anybody in LA is watching this, is like, yeah, that's the 405. That's how that works. But God, it's awful. Oh, and the drivers here are crazy. I can't believe there's not accidents just every 2 miles. I'm just trying to keep up. Fast-paced LA lifestyle. I went to the ocean just for a second. I didn't even go down to the beach. I just wanted to see the water, smell the air. My kids would have never let me live it down if I hadn't at least stopped there and gotten some pictures, which you can see right now if you want. I had the thought about going to the Grand Canyon. You know, I've done the Hoover Dam, but that's as close as I've gotten to the actual Grand Canyon. I think that's at the end of the Colorado River, but I'm not sure. You can't drone there, but it would be nice to see. I didn't actually look up if you can YouTube in national parks either. That might be the determining factor. Can I film at the Grand Canyon and put it on YouTube commercially? Yeah, I'll look that up. I've had to use the restroom for like the last 2 hours, and there's no good place to stop. I also am running out of gas. I have 77 miles left on this tank. And the last place I stopped was $5 a gallon. And depending on when or where you're watching this, that might not seem a lot, but I'm used to about $3 a gallon right now. When I got out of the truck to unload the cabinets, it was 72 degrees. This guy's condo was 2 blocks away from the beach. It was incredible. It's back up to 83 degrees right now, but we're getting closer to the heart of LA. 1,748 miles, 19 miles to the gallon on average, driving for 31 hours so far. I can't remember exactly where we left off. I have loaded the bar stools and I am driving east. It has taken me about 2 hours to get out of Los Angeles. I'm finally on Highway 15. I had 30 miles to do on Highway 10 headed east out of LA. It took me an hour and 45 minutes to do that. LA traffic is insane. I don't know how people do it out here. I don't know how you ever get to where you're going. You spend most of your life on the highway. If I'm not mistaken, which I very well might be, those are the Sierra Nevada mountains. Sierra Avenue. Not that you can see that, but that's what it says. I bet it's the Sierra Mountains. I've been kind of munching all day. I've only had snacks here and there. This is my first meal of the day. Can you guess what it is? That's right. It's a ham and Swiss sandwich. I bought sandwich fixins at Walmart a couple days ago, and I've just been literally chewing through them. It's 4:33 p.m. right now on Saturday. My goal is to be home tomorrow before midnight. GPS has me there in 19 and a half hours. Call it 20 hours. That'd be roughly, what, 2:30? No. Yeah, 2:30 because of the time change. So if I didn't stop, I would be home at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'm not going to do that. I'm not driving all the way through. That's crazy. My goal is to get to where GPS says I have 12 to 10 hours left of driving, and that's when I'll stop. I'm hoping that means I'll make it to New Mexico, but gosh, I think that means I'm going to be driving till 2 or 3 in the morning tonight, and I'm not looking forward to that. As much as I love driving, but at night it's not as fun. You don't get to see as much stuff. Unfortunately, with that goal, I don't think I'm going to be making any more scenic stops. I wanted to go to the Petrified National Forest, but maybe next time. I've definitely enjoyed this drive, though. God, to get out, see all the mountains and the scenery and the landscapes. It's a great change of pace right now. You know, the valley is beautiful, and I love being out there and camping in the woods and going across country, though. That's just a different feel. Plus, it's fun. It's an adventure. I'm sleeping in the truck. I'm sleeping in the desert. Rest stops. Like, it's fun. I think everybody should give it a shot. 1,839 miles. My fuel economy has dropped significantly. I think it's because I keep driving through the mountains and I gotta go up through all these hills and stuff. And then you'd think it'd balance out, but I guess not. I've been on the road for 34 hours and 9 minutes. Now that time, I think that time is just when the truck is on. And not necessarily driving, just on. So I've been in the truck for 34 hours and 9 minutes. That doesn't include the time that I have slept. Gosh. That's interesting. 34 hours. And the trip was supposed to take 24 hours total of drive time. That's 10 hours different. Why? Why did that take 10 extra hours? I didn't sleep with the truck on, so it couldn't have been the truck thought it was running. Man, 10 extra hours? Just LA traffic? Was that it? I went Dallas to Austin to Albuquerque to the Mojave National Preserve to LA, and now I'm leaving LA. Well, I'm leaving California, and I'm headed back the same way I came on 40, on Highway 40. 10 hours seems excessive, and it's got me a little bit worried now about the trip home. GPS says, 19 hours now. Am I going to be able to do that? Obviously not, because I'm sleeping, but is it going to be 19 hours of actual drive time? Oh no, I think I just screwed up. I think I just missed a turn. Or the highway split for no apparent reason. I didn't see an exit sign. I think the highway split for no reason. That's weird. We're all headed the same way. Yeah, the highway split. 2 lanes over there, 2 lanes here. Why? I don't know. Buddy!
Hi. So, tell me about your trip.
Wait, you're not going to do the intro?
Since you've already...
Yeah. Anyway. How's your weekend been, bud?
I've had the best weekend.
Tell me everything.
I've been doing a lot of driving, though, I feel like. I'm kind of sick of driving.
Oh, yeah? Are you? Did you go to the grocery store and back?
I drove a little ways today. It was solid, 2 hours total.
Ooh, that's a long way.
Yeah, I was trying. I really was humping.
You should take a break. I feel like you're
I have. I'm in my home. If you can see, this is a new thing for everybody. You're in my home. Why are you in my home? I don't know. It's very odd for you to be in my home.
Because
talking to the folks out there, not you.
Because I talked you into doing a 2 Idiots in a Valley special.
Well, you certainly are special, bud.
So you've
you still hear me?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm still here. Contemplating not being here.
Yeah, get out of my house.
Yeah, I feel a little jealous here. Why are all these people in your house?
Dude, it's a party. It's a great party.
God, I wish I was at a party right now.
So tell me about your trip.
No, I want to hear what you did this weekend. What did you do? What special thing have you done this weekend?
Listen, I did some special things this weekend, and nobody gets to know about it until they reach season 2. So when you guys get yourselves to season 2, you'll see how my weekend went.
Which, by the way, this is the end of season 1. This is the season finale. We're ending on a special. We're gonna
the grand finale.
Ooh. We're considering doing a special at the end of each season.
Which it should be. The last episode should always be special.
Yes, I agree. And if Kirk's in it, it's got special content.
50% of the way there.
You're only 50% on the spectrum? You can't talk over me!
I did kind of figure out that I have to be a little bit on the spectrum, because I was talking to someone tonight, and they were talking about this group event that was happening, and I said, okay, the thing that we're doing at the event sounds awesome, and something I definitely want to do, but in order to do it, you have to be part of a group of strangers, and I said, I'm not doing it at all.
You can't interact with strangers?
Yeah, I used to be like a little bit extroverted. Now it's not so much anymore.
Get yourself some liquid courage and go meet people, bud.
I'm trying, but I'm having trouble making eye contact with my phone right now, so it's not looking good.
And you want to be a YouTube star?
Well, no. I've said no. I don't want that. But we're going to try and do it anyway.
What? I thought you wanted that. I thought you wanted the fame and the attention.
No, we said that's terrible for me. We said that in a past episode. Put that in right here.
Oh, that's right. You are... that would be bad news bears for you.
Yeah, so I'm doing this reluctantly.
Well, we all appreciate you, and even more, we're all real proud of Kirk.
We're all real proud of Kirkin. Yeah.
I love that you've started calling yourself Kirkin.
I called myself Kirkin for a long time, and you know when I call myself Kirkin?
Tell me.
When I'm actually really mad at myself. that is my yelling the middle name of your kid. That's for me. That's what I do to myself. Kirkin.
Do you stare at yourself in the mirror and go, Kirkin, what have you done?
No, cut out the mirror, but I've definitely said those words a lot.
Wow. I guess it's good to be that introspective, I guess.
Yeah, I'm always right on the forefront of how I'm messing up my life.
I can't believe you're not going to tell the folks at home what you did. The one thing, you did one special thing this weekend.
It took a long time, and it looks awesome. I'm super proud of it, but
it will change your daily life.
At the land.
At the land.
It was a specific thing to take to the valley. And yeah, they're just going to have to wait and see next episode.
All right, season 2, episode 1. You guys better join. Check out
season 2 premiere.
Check out what Kirk did.
I did a thing. So, tell me about the last couple of days you had.
So I've
actually more exciting than mine.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I drove to California this weekend.
I did know that. I was aware. I was actually the one that kind of made you do it in a way.
Yep, you did help me book this trip.
Yeah. In fact, one might even say I booked it for you.
One might say that, and one would probably be correct.
Yeah. So, you've gone to California, driving or flying.
Of course. I drove.
Of course you drove. And you have not had a lot of time for stops. Is that an accurate thing to say?
I've taken the appropriate amount of time for trying to get this trip done in 4 days. I stopped at the Meteor crater, which I know you're just gonna make fun of for no reason.
Why would I make fun of it? It's the greatest hole in the ground I've ever seen.
You know what? That's an accurate statement. It probably is the greatest hole in the ground you've ever seen.
Yeah, so great. What's crazy is it's a hole in the ground, and this is the second time you've seen this particular hole in the ground. Has it changed?
You know what?
Different?
You know what? It did not change, but this time I got to spend a little bit more time enjoying the museum and not feeling so rushed by,
I never I never rushed you out of that museum. You take that back. We walked through every exhibit. We looked at everything they had. I did not rush you through that museum. And I bet you we were there longer than you were there this time.
Gosh, that might be true.
We spent a good little clip at that museum last time we went through there.
I don't know. I spent about an hour and a half there this time.
Oh, no. I know we spent at least 8-9 hours there when we went.
8-9 hours. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, for you. I really appreciate you making that sacrifice for me.
Half a day, man. It was crazy.
I don't know if I spent an hour and a half. I'll have to go back and look. I bet it may have only been an hour.
I'm surprised they were even open as long as we were there last time.
Well, I know you called ahead because you care so much. You made special accommodations.
Listen, you better not make light of it because we only stopped there because you wanted to stop there. You had a couple. It was like one of our first big trips together. You had a couple places you wanted to go. I had a couple places I wanted to go. And we stopped at nearly everywhere you wanted to stop on that trip.
You're absolutely right, and I appreciate that. That was 8 years ago?
Oh, gosh. Time? You're asking me to remember things?
Well, I learned recently that you and I were on the road in 2016. That's when we had the transportation company.
Yeah, that makes sense because we had gotten the S350 that we had at the time. It was a 2015 model, but we bought it when it had been on the lot for forever.
Yeah, and we bought it in 2016.
So wait, so it was before that?
Yeah, so we stopped at Meteor Crater when we were going to Las Vegas the first time.
Right. We took a vacation. It was a week-long vacation. We did some camping. We did some Vegas. We did some holes in the ground. We did an atomic bomb museum.
We did. We camped up in Jemez Falls in New Mexico and stopped in Los Alamos and did the nuclear museum there.
I hope our listeners and fans and parishioners and subscribers all know us well enough now to know who wanted to go to a hole in the ground and atomic bomb museum and who wanted to go to Vegas. Like, I hope it's really clear how all that played out.
I'll tell you what, why don't you leave your guesses in the comments and I'll let you know if you're right or not.
No, because you don't read the comments. I'm going to read the comments for you. I'll tell you how it turns out.
Okay, Kirk's going to let you know if you're right or not.
No, I'm going to let you know.
Can you do a YouTube poll? Can you do a vote?
We can do it on Facebook.
Huh.
Maybe we'll do something like that when this drops. I'll have to remember that. Tag me on that. So, you went to a hole in the ground.
Yep.
Your destination was LA.
Yep.
So, what was your goal in the places you stopped? Like, what were you looking for in, like, a resting place? Like, a specific detail?
So let me answer that question as honestly as I possibly can. What I was looking for truly in the places that I wanted to stop and sleep at night was absolute fulfillment of my life.
Say that again?
Absolute fulfillment of my life.
Did that cost extra?
No, because both places I stopped at were free.
Oh, okay. It's tough to find.
I have learned the art of being fulfilled in life for free.
So that's better than, this goes back to one of our previous conversations where the goal of every meal you have is to be fulfilled.
That's true.
So I'm assuming this isn't that, so why don't you go in a little more detail of what this fulfillment
You don't pay
involves.
for the food you eat. You pay for the satisfaction of the food you eat, and you certainly don't pay to stay on the side of the road in the back of your pickup. You just get fulfilled doing it.
God bless you. So, give us a little more detail. What is this fulfillment you speak of?
So all the viewers have obviously seen me do all of this, but I'll tell you about it just because you weren't here, because somebody bailed on me.
Yeah.
He had to go clean his apartment. It's like the equivalent of a girl saying, I need to wash my hair this weekend.
Believe it or not, I didn't wash my hair.
But you didn't clean your apartment, did you?
No, I did other things that we're going to see in season 2.
That you're not going to tell me about. Right.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to clean my apartment.
Anyway.
As far as they're concerned, they're here. Everybody knows what's going on. Like, they can see. They know what's going on.
Is your...
Not hiding the dope.
Oh, bumpy road. Hold on. Good Lord. I don't remember the highway being this bumpy. I just drove on this highway. Okay. So, night 1, I stopped just outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I slept at a rest area that was a nice dark sky place that got ruined by a bunch of street lamps, which I should have considered when thinking about staying at a rest stop.
Wait. What? Hold on. First off, have you already explained dark sky to the people?
I have, yes.
Okay, I kind of figured that. All right, so your rest area, though, so it was ruined?
Not ruined, partially because I was super tired and I didn't really stare at the stars a lot anyway, but a little bit ruined because had I wanted to stare at the stars, there were street lamps pointing down everywhere inside the rest area, ruining the dark sky part of it.
Okay. So, like, if you had been fully energized and ready to rock and roll, like, you would have gone and found a very dark place to do what you wanted to do.
Let's put it this way. Had I driven to where I drove to Thursday night and wanted to do stargazing, I would have been very disappointed. Luckily, I was exhausted and didn't have the energy to do the stargazing that I wanted to do.
Okay, so, next place.
So, the next day, I drove to the Mojave National Preserve, which is a fancy word for a desert.
Yeah, that's a desert. I think most people would clarify that as... Most people would categorize that as a desert.
Yeah, it is, in fact, the Mojave Desert. Go figure. Yeah.
Heard of it.
Okay. When
so why the Mojave Desert?
It was the darkest sky site I could find that I could stay for free. And when I left there this morning, I drove by a sign. It wasn't a very big sign, so you really can't blame me for missing it. But it definitely said, no camping.
You didn't camp.
I stayed in the back of my truck. I didn't pitch a tent.
You parked.
I did park.
It's a very clear definition.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely gorgeous last night. I drove in. They've got a paved road that runs north and south for about 50 miles or so. And then there's these gravel off-road only roads that have signs that say four-wheel drive only, off-road cars only, things like that, right? Trucks, don't go down this road unless you think you can make it. And I peeled off onto one of these gravel roads and drove for a few miles and found a clear spot in the scrub brush, parked there, and just got out of the truck and looked up. It was beautiful.
How much time did you spend overnight? Because I know you had already told me that you spent some time right away looking up, and then you kind of went to sleep and then woke up at the optimal looking up time. Is that right?
Yes. So I got there. The moon was still out, so it was ruining the dark sky part of the dark sky, which that's fine.
Right.
The moon ended up setting at like 2:30 or 3 a.m. I woke up about 4 a.m. and got the camera out and spent about an hour or so taking pictures and looking at the sky. Saw a bunch of shooting stars. I saw satellites. I saw just a beautiful, beautiful sky. I saw the Orion Nebula was out, which I was surprised to see in August, but I guess it comes out that late. I saw Jupiter, I saw Mars. It was beautiful.
So, and you took pictures.
I took lots of pictures, yep.
Are you planning on sharing those with folks at home?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, they've probably already seen them at this point.
Okay. So, do you feel fulfilled?
Yes. That particular planning of that trip worked out exactly the way that I wanted it to. I drove into the desert, I stopped, it was a dark sky, I looked up, and I left.
Well, good. So you made some money. You're heading back now, right?
I am heading east, heading back to Dallas.
Okay. Dude, you can't dox us like that.
That's, you know what, bud? That is exactly how doxing works, and I'm doing it.
I did it! It only took me a season, but I did it. I have figured it out. It's a driving term.
He'll get there. Don't worry.
All right. Well, good. Well, I'm glad. So, good trip overall. Positive experience.
Great so far. Absolutely.
Well, what a special episode we have had. I'm excited for future ones. Why don't we talk a little bit about what the folks at home can expect in season 2?
Yeah, season 2's coming up. So, what are we going to do for season 2?
Well, it's always tough to tell because there's, they say about the best laid plans. There's things that we want to do in season 2. Are they going to happen in season 2? Like, I don't know. Nobody knows the future. We haven't filmed it yet. But I think there's definitely some heavy equipment rentals on the horizon. There's definitely going to be a lot of builds going on. I think it's just a matter of getting out there and kind of messing some stuff up. You're definitely going to see us screw some stuff up. We're going to fix what we screw up. So hopefully that, I don't want to say you can learn from us because you're not supposed to learn from us, but hopefully you don't make the same mistakes we do.
If there's an opportunity to learn from us, it's just that. Don't make the same mistakes we do. We'll make them for you.
Yeah. Also, don't try to help us not make mistakes because we're not going to listen. This is something I've noticed in a lot of comments lately when I'm perusing the internet and watching videos. Is I keep the main comment under any TikTok or Facebook reel or anything like that is someone trying to explain hey, here's the right way to do this. And I get it. You want to feel good about the knowledge you have. You want to show the world that you knew the right way to do it. But we're just not the right place to share that information because we're not going to do it that way.
No, you're absolutely right. We definitely lean into the idiot part of Two Idiots in a Valley.
Yeah. And chronologically, I think we're getting ready to actually launch the first couple episodes. So I think one of the things you're going to see next season is us reading some comments. And I know Steven doesn't want to hear it, but I'm going to make him listen to you guys. So drop a lot of comments. Make sure you tell us what you're thinking because we're going to talk about them. We're going to be sharing them in future videos, and we're going to address what you guys have to say. We want this to be very mutually beneficial. So make sure if you want it to be anonymous, you say anonymous next to your anonymous name on the internet that's all anonymous.
There's one thing that I lost my train of thought.
Oh, yeah. No, it left the station a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one thing that you hit on there that I think you just kind of glossed over is we're launching season 1 here, and as I'm filming this, as we are on camera right this second. None of our episodes have dropped. So next season, season 2, it's going to be much more relevant and up to date to your life if you like and subscribe, because you'll get to see us do these videos like 1 week, 2 weeks from when they drop, instead of putting a whole year into production.
Oh, something special for the season 2 premiere. Season 2 premiere is going to have a very special guest, and I don't want to spoil it. It's going to be a really good time, and I want you guys to all be there. But yeah, season 2 is going to drop with a very special guest at the Valley. We may get a truck talk in there first, but hopefully the season 2 premiere, we're at the Valley, and then maybe we'll do a truck talk. But special guest coming up. Very excited about that. Hoping they show up a lot more in season 2, but we're going to see. But yeah, stick around, because I think it's going to get more exciting. It's definitely going to get more dangerous. Yeah, exciting stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, I think so. The heavy equipment, that's going to be fun. I really hope we don't get a little too squirrely with that, because it's going to be rentals.
I will be getting squirrely, just so everybody is aware. That's kind of how I roll. Someone's going to say, I don't think you should do it like that. And I'm going to go, I'm doing it. And then I'm going to do it. The side-by-side, we're going to be getting that bad boy up and running again. So you guys are going to be getting to see us rip around in that. So that's kind of something that's been missing weirdly from season 1. Gosh, it's weird, very weirdly missing from season 1, actually.
Nothing we do is interesting.
You really can't believe that, bud. You just did not believe that.
No, you just need me to stop saying it.
Out loud, for sure. Keep that internal. Okay, so glad you guys were watching season 1. Can't wait to see you guys in season 2. 2 weeks in the Valley, we're just going up and doing bigger and better stuff. Can't wait for my fellow idiot to be home, and then we're going to be heading back home to the Valley.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. All right, bud. Be safe getting home.
Thank you,
See you
sir.
guys in season 2.
All right.
Hey, don't forget to stop at the Maverick.
Oh my God. You.
Where are you?
I'm in Texas. Sorry.
No, you're not in Texas. That's bullshit.
Yeah. No, I completely forgot. What is it you want me to get at Maverick?
2 packs of Bahama Mamas.
2 packs of Bahama Mamas. And what are those?
Yes. Sausages. Hot doggy looking sausages.
Gas station sausages. You want me to buy you gas station sausages?
They're the most famous sausages out there. And it's the only gas station that will sell its own hot dogs in like a 4-pack that you can buy.
God, don't you hope I don't stop at the very last one and they don't have those?
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
I'm so excited for them now.
The first Maverick I see, I will stop and I will attempt to purchase them. And I will stop at every...
How many did you see?
2.
Only 2?
Yeah.
All right, exit 166 on 40.
There's one in Gallup, New Mexico, and there's one at exit 166 on 40 in New Mexico.
Good old Gallup. Gosh. What a weird place to have gone through like 5 times.
I know, right? I stopped there again and droned around this trip. There was a place called Red Rock Park that I stopped at. Got the drone out.
All right.
Yeah. All right. With the sun going down here on day 3, we're just wanted to check in and kind of give you a little bit of an update. We got off the phone with Kirk a little while ago. It was good. It's 6:55 on Saturday night, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of the scenery heading east, and then show you the stats on the truck. And I'm going to stop at a rest area here in just a second. Actually, that rest area is coming up. I may get out of the truck and stretch my legs. I'll show you the stats and use the restroom and then point at some of the scenery. It's Saturday night, the sun's going down. Here are the stats. 1,991 miles so far, averaging 19.4 miles per gallon. 36 hours and 20 minutes on the road. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. I know I didn't update you last night, but I was trying to drive as far as I could. I got to the Arizona-New Mexico border. I'm at a rest stop right now. I just woke up. It's about 8:20 in the morning, and I've got 11 and a half hours, according to GPS, to go. I'll give you some stats here. 2,396 miles, 19.1 miles per gallon, and 42 hours on the road. I did decide to stop at a pretty location. Couldn't see any of this last night while we were driving. I may get the drone up here in a second. I slept in the truck, obviously, but last night my air suspension decided to collapse in the truck. It's been doing that. Hopefully it will fill itself back up. I'm just letting it run right now. If it doesn't, it's going to be a bumpy ride home. Yeah, so the air suspension in my truck, it's got airbags, and the compressor has been going out. I hear it getting louder and louder. I don't know if it's going to fill back up. I've had the truck been running for about 15 minutes now. We will see. I'll show you on the tires kind of what I'm talking about here. Normally, see the distance between here and here? This is up here by a couple inches. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty bumpy when I start driving. It looks like it's decided to wake up and fix itself. See, it's much higher now than it was from here to here. I'm gonna give it a little test and let's see. I can raise the air suspension to off-road mode and we'll see if that, if it'll do it. Every time I go to the land, I do this. I raise it. I think it's like a 6-inch lift. Engaging off-road mode. She's trying. All right. Off-road mode 2. Let's bring it back down to normal. Says vehicle cannot be lowered, closed doors. That would be terrible if I sent it up to off-road mode 2 and then tried to drive home. I don't even think it would let me. It's got speed restrictions on it. Normal ride height achieved. Excellent. All right, that could have been a disaster. All right, we're gonna go down here, right there, use the facilities, and then we're gonna hit the road. We are on a bit of a mission today. I gotta get home by, well, I don't have to get home. I want to get home today, which, you know, that'd be great. But right now I'm on track to get home. Gosh, it's 8:42. I got 11 and a half hours. With the time change, let's call it 9 o'clock plus 2, so 11. So I'm on track to get home at 11 o'clock with fuel stops and our separate mission today. I anticipate getting home 12:30. I think that's the goal that we should set. Let's see if we can do it. But our separate mission is to find, we're gonna stop at every Maverick we can find, and we're gonna try to find those Bahama Mamas, the sausages that Kirk wants. And we're gonna take them to the land, to the valley, next trip, and cook them up, okay? So let's see what we can do about that. We're on mission here, trying to figure out where to get these Bahama Mamas. I've been to 2 so far and haven't been able to find the full package of them. We're looking for like 6 to 8 of these sausages, hot dogs, basically. But they're giant and they're really good. I'll take some video in here. Maybe I'll try to do some stealth YouTubing. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go in here. Regardless, there's 3 more, I think, on the way out to New Mexico, so I'm gonna try to hit each one. Let's find out. Well, no look at that one. We got 2 more that we can try. We're just on the west side of Albuquerque. So there's one exit down, and then there's one at exit 66. And I think that's the last one in New Mexico. So we'll give it another shot. We're on a mission here to find these Bahama Mama sausages for Kirk. Years ago, years and years ago, 8 years ago, I guess, when we were on the road, he discovered them out west. You know, they're not where we live. They're really good sausages. They're not great, but it's something that, you know, you can't get where we are. I did a cursory Google search, and it looks like you can have them shipped, but they're like $100 and something. Yeah, crazy, right? There's another Maverick on this exit. We were just at exit 153. We're gonna hit exit 154. And it's worth mentioning here that we're not looking for like gas station hot dogs. I mean, yes, they're gas station hot dogs, but we're looking for a package of them, kind of like you would buy a hot dog at a grocery store. Just keep that in mind. It's not like I've been going to all these places and haven't been able to find a hot dog. I'm trying to find a package of them, because I just don't think the ones, if I get them straight off the roller, I don't think it's gonna keep for very long, you know? I guess I could try. I guess I could get one and then, what, freeze it? All right, here's the next one. Oh. It's about 1 o'clock. I'm getting a little hungry. I have not been able, there was no luck in there. I was not able to find a package of Bahama Mamas. They're really good. You know, Kirk's the one that asked me to get these, and I would hate to disappoint him. I wonder if he remembers what they taste like. Well, I think he's out of luck. I just don't think they sell the package of them anymore. Well, I won't rub it in too bad. They're, you know what, I probably won't get any for lunch. I don't know. They're really good, though. Alright, let's hit the road. Back to 40, and let's head east. I think we got about 9.5 hours left. We're just on the west side of Albuquerque. I have stopped at the last Maverick that I'm going to stop at because I don't think they sell Bahama Mamas in packages anymore. I'm really trying not to rub this in for, you know, Kirk. He asked me to get these Bahama Mama sausages for him. And, you know, I don't want to disappoint him too bad. Yeah, I think I'll abstain. I don't think you know, if he can't have any, I don't think I'm going to have any. You know, I was in there and I was looking at the ones on the roller. You know, it's a gas station, they're roller hot dogs, right? And I pulled one of the buns out. I forgot they've got these giant potato buns, and that's half the deliciousness of these hot dogs. I know I keep going on about these gas station hot dogs, but if you've never had one, like, how would you know? And if you have ever had one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to abstain. In solidarity with Kirk, I'm not going to enjoy a Bahama Mama. It just doesn't seem fair, you know? Why should I get to enjoy the delicious, meaty, smoky, slightly spicy flavor of a Bahama Mama sausage when he doesn't get to? He's at home. He's without. And he asked me to find them for him, and I failed. I failed as a friend. I don't think I should be allowed the satisfaction of what is the most delicious gas station hot dog in the world. You know what I definitely don't deserve? Is a second Bahama Mama. Oh, mama. Sorry, buddy. I feel for you. I really do. Oh. Well, for the second time now, I have seen a dust devil on the side of the road or in a field across the way, and I haven't been able to capture it because they're so fleeting. I'll watch it 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden it just goes away. I pulled over on the first one and I tried to turn around because I wanted to go shoot it with the drone. You know, I've always wanted to get a tornado with a drone shot. I think that would be really cool. A dust devil's a close, well, it's not really a close, but it's a adequate second place for now. Not exactly storm season here in August. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you my inadequacies as a filmmaker. Been trying to get a dust devil shot and haven't accomplished that this trip. Hopefully I can. Hopefully the next shot you see is a dust devil. still in New Mexico. I think we've got 20 or 30 miles to the New Mexico-Texas state line. And then it's just one straight shot from there, almost. Not a lot of turns after that. All right, we're back in Texas. Gosh, it's gone Texas to New Mexico to Arizona to California to Arizona to New Mexico back to Texas. It's not over yet. It's still got about 6 hours worth of driving, but we're definitely on the last leg of this trip. I got about 70 miles to Amarillo, and then I think I'm gonna hit 287, start heading towards Dallas. 2,774 miles, averaging 20.4 miles per gallon. And we've been on the road for 48 hours and 17 minutes. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the road noise changed when I got into Texas from New Mexico. Like the roads are just different. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I've been driving too long. Here. You want to see the footage that you're about to see the footage of? Weird, right? Yeah, I'm not paying $3.75 for gas back in Texas. I'm gonna wait until we get a little bit further down the road. I got 5 gallons. I got exactly half a tank right now, so I got plenty. All right, we took a quick detour here. There's a place called the Floating Mesa, and it's just outside of Amarillo. and we're gonna go take a look at it with the drone. Now, I've heard about this place for years. It's an art installation out here in the plateaus just outside of Amarillo, where somebody took aluminum panels and wrapped the bottom part of a mesa to make it look like at certain times during the day that the top of the mesa is floating. Now, this was done years and years ago. I mean, I think it like 60s or 70s, I think. And yeah, I wanted to take a look. I've seen it before, long time ago. My dad told me about it when I was a kid, 9 or 10 years old. And I discovered it. I drove by it at some point in my life and just went, oh my God, there it is. But now I have actually gone out of my way. There's a fly in here and it is bugging the crap out of me. Get it? Bugging me. It's bugging me. All right, let's get up close to it. Man, as a kid, I couldn't imagine doing the technology that we have now. Like, never in a million years would I have been able to look this close at this art installation. I'm never gonna hike up there, right? But I have a piece of equipment that I can send up there and look at these panels and see what's up there. That's so cool. I mean, this thing's probably a mile away right now. Oh, I can tell you, it's 3,061 feet. 3/5 of a mile, basically. Here's the mesa. We're off to Cadillac Ranch and then home after that. I decided to add a couple stops. I don't know if we talked about this. Ooh, almost hit some birds. I don't know if we talked about this or not, but I added a couple stops just because I can. We did the floating mesa just outside of Amarillo, and now we're gonna do Cadillac Ranch, where some guy buried a bunch of Cadillacs in the ground. Just because I can, and I want to see it. Maybe you want to see it. Stick around, you're gonna see it. All right, that's it. That was the last planned stop. Off to Dallas. That was kind of cool. I'm glad I did that. Everybody, there's spray paint everywhere. And I mean inches of spray paint on the actual cars. It's really interesting. What a cool just art installation, I guess. I guess that's what it is. I'd have to look up the history of it. I think the guy did it just because he could, and that is my kind of art. Just do it because you can. It's kind of what this trip has been about, right? What a great way to end the trip. We're almost there. Just do it because you can, for the experience, you know? Not for any other reason. Not because you have to, not because your job says you have to. Just do it because you can, so you can lock that in your memory bank. And you know, it's a story to tell. It's a memory. It's, you know, if we go through life just doing the daily grind, you never live. You sit at a desk all day. That's not living. What, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? Come on. Get out. See the world, people. Now, I know a lot of you are saying you have to work the 9 to 5 to afford to go out and see the world. Well, you don't. I made a choice a long time ago that I didn't want to be a desk jockey anymore. You know, my passion, ooh, that ramp is closed, I can't do that. My passion, and maybe not my passion, I'd call it a passion, but I love driving. I love driving, I love being on the road, I love seeing the scenery. You know, when we started the transportation company, that was my ideal gig. I didn't realize it at the time that it would take so much time away from my family. There's a balance, right? You got to be able to spend time with your family and prioritize the things in your life. And I was a lot younger then, and I was having trouble prioritizing that. But I got off the road. We ended the transportation company because it was taking too much time away from my kids, from Kirk's kids too. We had some other businesses going on at the time. But all that to say, follow your passion. You know, if your passion's art, find a way to pursue art. If your passion, I don't know, sports, you know, go find a way to be in the sports. Find a way to be in the sports. I don't know, be a Little League coach. Volunteer at the local YMCA if you know anything about the sport that you're passionate about. Sometimes, this happens all the time. Sometimes you really like a subject and you're passionate about it, but you don't have the time to research it or to learn about it. Take that time, you know, go out there, get on the internet, right? Instead of doom scrolling on Facebook, go research what you're passionate about. Go learn something every day, learn something. And then save up some money and go do something affiliated with it. Over the last couple years, I recently started really liking astronomy. I got a telescope, I started watching a bunch of YouTube videos about it, learning about it on the internet. I took my family out early on to a dark sky site, an observatory actually, in just south of Wichita Falls, Texas. Actually, I wonder if I'll be passing near it. No, I think I'm coming in too far north. It's the Three Rivers Observatory in Texas. It's a dark sky site. It's absolutely beautiful. We went and watched the Perseids meteor shower a couple of years ago. Anyway, embrace it, you know? Things like that don't have to cost a fortune. Learning knowledge, the internet, oh my God, that doesn't cost a fortune. You can learn about stuff all you want. Go join a Facebook group, Reddit. Go join a Reddit forum. Learn everything you can, and then, you know, go do something with it. If you want to turn it into a career, turn it into a career. If you want to just, you know, embrace it with vacations, small vacations, it doesn't have to cost a fortune. I was lucky enough to turn this trip, which I'm making money on. I did a delivery, and I got to see some really cool stuff, and I'm glad you guys came along with me. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. We went to the Mojave National Preserve. We went to Meteor Crater. We went to the Rattlesnake Rest Stop, which I know all of you really enjoyed that rest stop on the side of the road in New Mexico. I loved it. I slept great. We got to see some absolutely stunning scenery in the American Southwest. LA was okay. That traffic, man. Whew. On the way back, we stopped at some interesting places. The floating mesa near Amarillo. The Cadillac Ranch. I don't know what to say about Cadillac Ranch. It's an interesting place. If you ever get the chance, go check it out. They sell spray paint there, so you can go spray paint whatever you want on it. You know, keep it family friendly. There's a lot of kids there spray painting, and I'm talking little kids, like kids that should not have had spray paint cans in their hands. 2-year-old. But whatever. Check it out. If you're ever going through Amarillo, go check out the Cadillac Ranch. The floating mesa, take it or leave it. I got some cool drone shots. There's some history there just because it happened. Somebody put it up. We got about 5.5 hours until we get home. We're in Amarillo proper right now, driving through, headed to DFW, Texas. Anyway, I'm not signing off yet. We still got a ways to go, but I really appreciate y'all making it this far with me. You know the drill. If you like the content and you want to see some more, hit like and subscribe. It really helps us and we appreciate it. We're going to keep putting this stuff out there whether you like it or not. There's a sign for the famous free steak. 72-ounce steak for free if you eat it within an hour. Well, we just turned on to 287. It is the last road before we hit DFW. We've got exactly 5 hours left. It's 8:11 p.m. Should get there just after, 1 in the morning? Is that right? Yeah. Well, it's the price we pay for stopping at silly places. But I'm glad we did. It was fun. 2,869 miles, 19.4 miles per gallon on average, and I've been on the road driving for 50 hours and 51 minutes. Oh, wow. You can just make out the moon off the horizon, and it's massive. I have no idea if I could capture that on film or not. Oh, I need to find somewhere to stop and try. It's super faint, but there's a haze or a fog on the horizon because I don't know. We're looking east. Yeah, we're looking due east. The moon is maybe 10 degrees off due east towards the south, and it is right on the horizon. It's massive, but it's super faint. Oh, it's gorgeous though. If the sun was just a little bit further down, it would be way brighter. Wow, look at that. Pretty cool. I will still try to stop and get a decent photo of it. If there was a lesson that this trip has taught me, it is seize the moment. That's the perfect example of seeing that moonshot, literally a moonshot, finding a place to pull over, getting the photo, getting the video. Like, if I hadn't done, and I'm staring at it right now, I'll show you in a second. The moon's gone. It's behind clouds. It doesn't exist anymore. Like, you can't see it. There's no shot. If I hadn't stopped and taken the time to do that, I would have regretted it. So I'm really glad I did, and I hope I can pass that advice on to you. Seize the moment. If you have an opportunity to do something, and do it. Don't wait too long, because some opportunities don't last forever. It's just like this trip. I had jumped at the chance. Kirk asked, he said, "Hey, I've got a trip, California. Do you want to do it? It's $1,000. And, it's probably going to cost me $500 in gas. Probably total all expenses said $650, $700. But I booked a U-ship thing to help accommodate some of that. I'll probably net somewhere around $500. Does not sound like a lot, right? And most people would say, I'm not driving for 4 days straight for $500. It was less about the money getting made than it was the opportunity to do it. And look at all the cool things we've done together. Seize the moment. Don't let opportunities pass you by. No moon. It's behind the clouds. If I hadn't pulled over and seized the moment, we wouldn't have gotten a cool shot. And I wouldn't have gotten to show you what I got to see. Carpe diem. You've probably heard that 1,000 times. It's worth living by. Obviously do it responsibly. Did you ever see the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey? You can't live life like that. Use your better judgment, common sense. Some of us have it. Don't let the world pass you by. Take the opportunities you can. Live your best life. I really appreciate y'all joining me on this trip. I've had a lot of fun showing you all the cool things across the country on Highway 40 in New Mexico and Texas, California. If you take anything away, take this lesson if you want. Seize the moment. Carpe diem. Grab life by the horns and go for the ride. Otherwise, what's the point? Take the opportunities you can. Say yes. Take the road less traveled. If you're on the fence about something and you don't know whether you want to do it, and it's an experience, it's an opportunity, do it. Make the time. Think about it. Ask yourself the question, am I going to regret not doing this? One of my favorite quotes is, take care of future you. Is future you going to look back and say, man, I wish I had done that? I'll tell you what, if I asked myself that question when Kirk presented this as an opportunity for me, I said, man, that's 4 days of driving. I do like driving. It's across the country. The money's not really worth it, but man, the experience. I asked myself, will future me regret not going on this trip? And the answer was yes. If I had said no, future me was gonna regret this. And I gotta tell you, I'm 100 right now. 4 hours from home. I am 100% happy that I took this opportunity and I did this trip. And I'm glad that I got to bring you guys along with me. It's been a blast. We've seen some really cool stuff. I hope you take that lesson away though. You know, seize the day. Take the opportunities you can. Sometimes opportunities don't last forever. They're fleeting. Sometimes they're there for an instant. And if you don't grab it, if you don't say yes, you'll regret it. Thank you again for joining me on this trip. The sun's getting real low, so it's about time for me to sign off and say goodnight. Side note, I honestly don't know where the moon went. The moon might be gone. It might have disappeared for good. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Final stats for the trip: 3,191.5 miles, 19.4 miles per gallon, and we were on the road for 55 hours and 57 minutes.